The pressure from your parents to get married is gradually becoming unbearable. There is a weight that has been quietly building around you like a rising tide. It comes in words repeated across as the days and the years go by, in glances that linger too long, in comparisons that were never asked for, and in silence that follows when you do not give the expected answer. This pressure is not new, but it has reached a point where it feels unavoidable. It has reached a point that feels like burning fire on your head. You have been told, directly and indirectly, that there is a proper time, a proper way, and a proper outcome that must be fulfilled. And that this part is not only expected, but necessary. The voices around you speak as though the future is already written and your role is simply to step in without hesitation. They speak with certainty as if your life is a checklist that must be completed in order, and marriage is not a choice but a milestone that proves something essential about you. Yet inside there is a different voice, quieter but persistent, asking questions that have not been answered. There is something within you that resists being rushed into a life that does not align with who you are becoming. This is not rebellion, but deeper awareness that timing matters. Marriage is not just a decision. The decision to get married is not just what you jump into. You take proper time because it is a lifetime decision. You don't want to take a decision today and regret it the next morning. Readiness matters, and it cannot be forced, and that a decision made under pressure carries a weight that does not easily lift. You can feel the difference between what is expected of you and what is true for you, even if you cannot explain fully. The pressure you feel is not only about marriage itself, but about identity, belonging, and the fear of disappointing those whose approval has always mattered to you. It carries the unspoken message that your worth is somehow incomplete until you fulfill this expectation, and that delay is equivalent to failure, but there is a truth rising within you that challenges this idea, a truth that refuses to measure your life by someone else's timeline. You are standing on a threshold, whether others recognize it or not. This is not simply about saying yes or no to a proposal or about choosing a partner. It is about choosing the direction to your life and the shape of your future and the conditions under which you are willing to build something lasting. There is a knowing within you that what is built under pressure may not stand with peace, and what is entered into without clarity may require strength just to endure. The kind of marriage you want to live is not one of endurance. You want a marriage where you would live in peace, where you would live in harmony with your partner and not have to endure every day as the days go by. The voices around you may grow louder The voices around you may grow louder as you hesitate, and the urgency may increase as time passes. But urgency does not mean truth. It does not create truth. It only amplifies fear. You are being pushed toward a decision as though delay is dangerous. But there is another perspective forming with you. One that understands that haste can just be as costly as waiting. What is meant to be steady cannot be forced into existence through pressure alone. There is something also being revealed through this vision, through this tension, something about your own boundaries, your own voice, and your own willingness to stand in what you know, even when it is uncomfortable. You are learning You are learning where you are. You are learning where you end and where others begin, where their expectations stop and where your life continues. This is not an easy lesson, and it does not come without resistance, but it is shaping you in ways that will remain long after this moment has passed. You may feel as though you are being watched, evaluated, and measured against standards that were never chosen by you, and these can create a sense of urgency to comply just to restore peace. But the peace that comes from surrendering your truth is temporary, and it often gives you a deeper unrest that is harder to resolve. There is a different kind of peace available to you, one that comes from alignment, from making decisions that reflect who you truly are than who you're expected to be. The path ahead is not as fixed as it has been presented to you. There are possibilities that have not yet been considered, and timelines that do not follow the pattern that assume is correct. And timelines that do not follow the pattern others assume is correct. Your life is not behind, even if it feels that way when compared to others. It is unfolding according to a rhythm that is uniquely yours, and that rhythm cannot be rushed without consequences. There is a quiet strength growing without you, even if you do not fully recognize it yet. It is the strength to pause when others demand movement, to question when others insist on certainty, and to listen inwardly when the noise around you becomes overwhelming. This strength will not remove the pressure immediately, but it will change how you carry it. It will give you the ability to stand without collapsing under any expectations that do not belong to you. You are not being asked to reject everything that has been placed before you, but you are being invited to discern what is right and what is simply inherited expectation. There is a difference, and learning to recognize that difference will shape every major decision you make moving forward. This moment, as difficult as it feels, is preparing you for that kind of clarity. There may come a time when the pressure shifts, when the voices quiet down, or when your own certainty becomes strong enough that it no longer shakes under external influence. Until then, you are navigating a space that requires patience, honesty, and courage. It is not easy to stand in uncertainty while others demand resolution, but there is value in not rushing to fill the silence with decisions that do not feel true. You are not trapped as you feel, even though the pressure makes it seem that way. There are still choices available to you, still paths that can be taken, still time to decide in a way that honors who you are and who you are becoming. The weight you feel now is not a sign that you must give in, but a signal that something important is at stake, something that deserves your full attention and your honest response. And so you remain here in this tension. Between expectation and truth, between urgency and clarity, between what is being demanded and what is known within you. This is not a place of failure, but a place of formation. What you choose here will not affect your immediate future, but the foundation upon which the rest of your life is built.